Welcome to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. I am Robert Christensen, and tonight we are broadcasting from the home of Benilde-St. Margaret's in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, where tonight the Benilde-St. Margaret Red Knights are hosting the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders in a non-conference showdown between two private Catholic schools right here in St. Louis Park. Coming into tonight's game, Benilde is 5-4. And Cretin Hall is 2-4, and they are about ready to begin with both teams in a lot of white out there, but Benilde-St. Margaret's is white with the red numbers on the left side of the court, and the net I should say, and on the right side are your Raiders of Cretin-Derham Hall. Both teams had a common opponent coming into tonight's game to get some sort of indication of who might be favored. They both played Minneapolis Southwest earlier this year and both lost. Benilde-St. Margaret's lost 3-1, and Cretin lost 2-3. So for whatever that's worth, they are about to begin here in their only matchup, the East Side Catholics against the West Side Catholic School. Here we are, we're about to begin, and that's number 10 with the serve for Benilde, Sarah Luong, and the first point goes to Cretin-Derham Hall. So there was an infraction on the play there. Looks like they're going to do a do-over. So, okay, now this will be the first set, or the first serve of the game here. Sarah Luong with the jump serve. And that goes long, so first point does indeed go to Cretin-Derham Hall. They draw first blood on the long serve by Sarah Luong. She is a sophomore, and she is coached by her father, Fong Long. And now back to serve for Cretin. Oh, nice shot there from number 9 for Cretin-Derham Hall, Alexis Brixius. Look at that nice spike. Good start for her. The sophomore gets Benilde on the board. We're tied at 1, and now into serve. Number 28, Caitlin Fox, the senior, in just to serve. She gets it into the back row. There's the bump, and the hit over. Diving there for Benilde was Haley Hewitson, unable to dig that ball out. So that means a point for Cretin-Derham Hall. Now back to serve, number 16, Emma Hansa. She's a junior. Up 2-1, and her serve goes long. Nice job there by Caitlin Fox, watching that go over her shoulder. So now back to serve for Benilde is Erin Beacon, the senior. Tied 2-2 here, early game 1 of this best-of-5 match. Easy Jackson serve just over the net. Set there by number 2, Grace Coyle. Ball back on Benilde's side. Luong there. Caitlin Fox, and that goes long. Caitlin Fox was unable to convert on that assist attempt. So Benilde now down 2-3. And back to serve for Cretin-Derham Hall is Hannah Hausman, the junior right side hitter. And that ball also goes long, so tied up now at 3. The replay clearly several feet long. Now back to serve. And into the match, number 30, Sophie Dobos. She's one of their better servers. Dobos ranks 3rd on the team so far this year, and that ball sails also long, so both teams having a hard time getting their serves in. Most points have been derived from errant service attempts by both teams, so 4-3 is your score. Cretin-Derham Hall to serve, which is actually a liability at this point. And that ball also goes long. So both teams having a hard time finding the range. And back now to give it a try for Benilde is Maisie Jackson. Gets that ball in. Spike attempt there by number 10, Callahan Rios. And point goes to Cretin-Derham Hall. that ball does find just inside the line. Nice camera work. Okay, now back to serve number 9 for Cretin-Derham. That's Emma Hamilton, leading 5-4. The jump serve, she gets it in. There's the bump by Hewlettson. Now Luong to Maisie Jackson, and she gets the kill right there. What a nice combination that was. Hewlettson to Luong to Maisie Jackson with the kill. There's the beautiful set, perfectly positioned by Luong, and it does hit the net there, but that's good. That's a good strategy. Hewlettson now back to serve. That jump serve attempted to be bumped by Hamilton, and it goes off her hands, and now Benilde has obtained their first lead of the night at 6-5, and that's number 5 back to serve, Haley Hewlettson, a junior. Hewlettson ranks 4th in serves, and there's her second consecutive point on serve for Hewlettson, and that bumps the lead to 7-5. Benilde starting to assert themselves here on Hewlettson's service game. She goes for 3 in a row. The jump serve, nice serve, and boy, is Hamilton having trouble with that. Hausman, I should say. Or no, Emma Hamilton back there, number 9, having difficulty. We'll see if Hewlettson's going to keep picking on her. I certainly would until she can prove she can handle it. I'd go right back at her. Let's see if she does. Going for her 4th consecutive point, up 8-5 here, game 1. And they do go right for her, and this time number 18 tried to take it in, Katie Sturvener, and she is unable to handle it, and now that is a timeout called by their coach for Cretin-Derham, Ellen Schaefer. She had seen enough, and not a bad idea for a timeout there. It's a 1-minute, 60-second timeout. And there you can see Cretin-Derham after getting off to a slow start. Haley Hewlettson gets on the service bandwagon and rails off about 5 in a row. And now their lead is 9-5. Raiders obviously had to have the time out there. And what they got to be coaching them is how are they going to handle that serve to the back corner. Let's see who's back in there. Looks like the same player. Number 9, Hamilton, still in there. And so is number 18, Stevener. That's where Hewlettson's been focusing her serves, and they have not been able to get the ball back. All right, here comes Benilde breaking from the timeout. Up 9-5 here, game 1. I'm Robert Christensen, happy that you're along with us, watching this non-conference showdown between the Eastside Cretin-Derham Raiders and the Benilde-St. Margaret Red Knights from the west. And there, Cretin able to handle that serve. There's Luong to Brixius, her spike handled by the back row, but up against the net. Hamilton, number 9, was able to get the ball, but was unable to control it. And it went right into the net. So now Hewlettson going, I believe, for her 6th point in a row. I think when she took over, it was 4-5, and now she's got 6 going for number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Haley Hewlettson really stepping up big here early in game 1, waiting for the whistle. Now there's some discussion going on over by the referee. Okay, looks like we're ready to begin. Hewlettson with the jump serve, goes to that right side, and again, Stevener unable to handle it for the Raiders. So Hewlettson, not obviously knowing what the mission is here, is keep hitting it to that back right corner, and she does go back, and this time handle, but sets it right up for Maisie Jackson, or no, number 2, Erin Beacon. So this time Hamilton can get to the bump, but again, unable to control it. Now 12-5, Hewlettson feeling it, and this time it just goes long. Number 7 for Cretin-Derham ducks on that, Mia Scanlon. Look at that duck, just almost caught her ponytail there. That would have been an in. I don't know, maybe we should look at that replay and see if her ponytail caught it. That would be considered part of the body, I believe. Meanwhile, play continues, 12-6, Benilde shot, out. Just barely, the call on the back line there. Let's see the replay. Oh, just couldn't quite catch it there. Nevertheless, 12-7 now, Derham Hall. Mia Scanlon, handled back row. Jackson tries to save it. Luong will try to save it. Unable to do that. So now Cretin-Derham Hall mounting a small comeback here, 12-8. Number 7, Mia Scanlon, back to serve. She is a junior. And her serve to the back row. So Benilde having similar problems now on their back row, handling those back row serves. They got to tighten it up back there and get some digs. Now their lead is only 3, 12-9. First one to 25 that wins by 2. Okay, Scanlon on a streak of her own. Luong to Jackson. Boy, she brings the kill. And Cretin-Derham Hall Hamilton able to do it. Here comes Brixius with the kill shot. That's blocked at the net. Luong with the fake set. Pulls that off beautifully. Sarah Luong with a little misdirection. Razzle dazzle. Here it is. And fakes out the front line. They were too late to react. And now Luong to serve with a 4-point lead at 13-9 here. Game 1. And here she'll serve. Scanlon. Now the kill attempt. Jackson in the back row to Luong. And number 33 for Benilde, Allie Brooks, captain's kill shot goes out long, wide I should say. So point goes to Derham Hall. The score is 13-10. Into serve now is number 3, Lucy Johnson. Or Grace Coyle, I should say. That's who's serving. Brixius with the kill attempt goes off somewhere on the front row. Nice diving attempt there by number 5, Maddie Indahar, but unable to come up with it. Great spike there, kill attempt by Brixius. Gives Benilde a 14-10 lead as Caitlin Fox now serves for Benilde. Hamilton barely able to control that bump in the back row. Now Fox to Luong. And Beacom comes through with the kill and a nice assist by Luong, who by the way leads the team in assists, sets. She's got 136 assists. The next leading assist person is Sophie Dobos with just 2. Everything goes through Sarah Luong as Cretin gets their 11th point, 15-4. Now back to serve for them, number 16, Emma Hansa. So Sarah Luong, the coach's daughter, she is the big setter. All offensive points go through her. All right, let's see. Yep, there's Luong. She gets it every time, and now she gives the Beacon, who comes down hard with a kill shot. Wow, that was impressive. There's Sarah Luong with another assist. Look at that. She just puts it perfectly. Was that Maisie Jackson? I'm sorry, that was Maisie Jackson. Now Beacon back to serve. Nice serve to the back row. Scanlon. Now to Hamilton. Blocked at the net. Patience. Williams takes a shot at it. It goes off a Cretin hand. Scanlon admits to it. So watch Patience just sky there and bring the hammer down. And Scanlon did touch it right there. So point to Benilde as they inch ever closer to that 25-point mark. As Erin Beacon, the senior, she serves. Scanlon. Coyle to Hamilton. Nice save there in the back row by Lucy Johnson for Cretin, but Benilde still gets the point. Patience Williams there. Look at that, nice save there. Hamilton tries to spike it, and it just goes into the net. Williams was there, and so was Allie Brooks in case it got over. 18-11 now. Here comes the spike attempt by Cretin-Derham Hall's number 11. That was Monsti Caridi. Now, little miscommunication there. Sarah Luong wasn't really involved in that play, and they're so used to her running the show that there was some confusion there. Sarah Luong coming over there talking to Patience Williams. You can see on the left screen getting it straightened out. So good communication, good leadership there. 18-12 as Cretin-Derham Hall's number 6 serves. Hannah Houseman. Patience Williams brings it. I think it was touched at the front of the net. I think it was touched by Cretin-Derham Hall. Yeah, it was. So a little discussion on who should get that point, and I thought it was touched at the net. Here it is. Here's Patience Williams right at the net. Yeah, I think it was just touched there. And that's where it's going to go. Now the scoreboard is all messed up. 19-12 is the score. Now it's 19-13. Okay, Cretin got that last point. They will serve into the match to serve is number 1, Lowry Dobbs, a senior for the Raiders. Trying to make up some ground here, but they're running out of time as Benilde is just 6 points from the victory in game 1. And here comes Maisie Jackson, and my goodness, that set couldn't have been more perfect. Look at the senior. Bang, look at the height there. Holy camole. Great body control, not crashing into the net. Boy, Maisie Jackson is off to a great start, leading the team in kills. There's Helixson. Luong, back to Jackson. They have no answer for Maisie Jackson. She is a machine over there on the left side. Wow, is that fun to watch. 20-14 is your score, game 1. Now Maisie Jackson back to serve. She's the second leading server on the team at 84.2%, and that ball goes long. Probably a little pumped up after those 2 monster spikes from the left side. Substitution now on both sides. No, just Cretin does. So into the match for them, number 16, that was Emma Hansa. And back to serve is Hamilton, and her jump serve goes awry into the net. Didn't have a prayer of getting over. So Emma Hamilton gives Benilde their 21st point. They're 4 games from game 1. 4 points from game 1. And Helixson goes to that back row. They handle it. Now Luong to Brixius. Nice spike all the way across the court to the right back corner. Benilde really on cruise control here now in game 1, up 7 points, and they're just 3 from the victory in game 1. And Helixson, she rattled off about 7 in a row, which really led to Benilde separating themselves here in game 1. Will serve for the 23rd point, and that one goes into the net. So 22-16, 15 is your score. No, 16. And back to serve is Mia Scanlon. Got to be a relation to the former Derham Hall football coach, Mel Scanlon. Probably a granddaughter. Spike blocked at the net nicely by Beacon and Luong, number 10 and number 2. Get the 23rd point. Watch them jump here. Beacon and Luong. Let's see who got it. I think Luong got it right off her forearm there. Nice job by both of them. Closing off the angles. Now 2 points from victory. Serving is Sarah Luong. Jump serve, gets it in. Back to Scanlon. There's the set. Spike. Jackson, bump, Luong, Brixius. Saved by Scanlon. Now it goes deep. Oh, should have let it go. Nevertheless, Jackson will spike it, and it's into the net or blocked. Jackson probably could have let that go. They're always hard calls to make. That one looked like it was, yeah, she was right on the line. Tried to make up for it there and unable to, so still they have a 6-point lead, although Derham Hall starting to close in a little bit. Benilde would like to close this out. Helixson to Luong, and Beacon gets it this time, and there's the kill. And now we've arrived at game point. There's Beacon with another nice kill shot for her. There's Luong with another assist for her. Hamilton for Cretin, unable to catch up to it for the dig. So now game point, back to serve, Caitlin Fox. And that ball sails wide and long. So now second game point. Splits in to Luong, and this time to Jackson. Blocked at the net, saved by Hamilton, and Coyle sets it, but the spike attempt goes long, and that means the 25th point for Benilde, and they take game one here from Benilde-St. Margaret's. Come on back for the second game.
Oops. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Get on top of it before they do. Every 24 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchorit.gov.
Welcome back to the campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's, where ParkTV 16 Sports on location is broadcasting a non-conference matchup between Cretin-Derham Hall and Benilde-St. Margaret's. And you can see from the graphic on your screen, Cretin-Derham Hall lost the first match, 18-25 to Benilde-St. Margaret's. So we're about to begin game two. There's some discussion happening there. There's Coach Long on the court instructing his team, and the officials are communicating. So Benilde is on the right side in the white uniforms with the red trim. Cretin-Derham Hall in the white uniforms on the left, but in blue and gold, I believe, are their numbers. And set to serve is number 2, Grace Coyle, to start off game two, and she gets a serve in there for an ace to start out game one. So Cretin-Derham Hall, after suffering a defeat in game one, get off to a great start here in game two. And Coyle will serve another one. This time Hewitson gets it to Luong, and the dink shot there by Beacon is handled by Cretin. Spike attempt there, blocked. Luong saves it. Wow, that was amazing play there by her. And the dive by Hewitson. Luong. Jackson gets it over. What action we have here right now. Cretin now trying to save it off the girder and unable to get it. Number 16. What a point that was. Emma Hansa unable to save it for Cretin-Derham Hall, but Luong had a save up on the far side there that was incredible. Won the point, quite frankly. So now 1-1 here, game two. Service back there, and that was number 6, Elena Wagner. Wagner now with the bump. Luong to Maisie Jackson. Oh, nice save there by Hansa. 16 for Cretin. Raiders come back. What a kill shot that was by number 11, Monste, M-O-N-S-T-E. I'm not sure how to pronounce that first name. Caride. C-A-R-I-D-E. But Monste Caride is there serving. She came up that monster kill shot just a moment ago, and the Raiders are up 2-1. And the kill shot by Beacon goes long. So now the Raiders up 3-1 here, but just early here in game two, and back to serve is Caride. Monste Caride, a sophomore outside hitter, making her presence felt here early in game two with the jump serve. No spin on that, so it's like a knuckleball. Luong to Jackson. My goodness. Boy, has she improved since last year. Look at that spike form. Unbelievable. All right, there's Beacon. She'll now serve. Try to tie it up here for the Red Knights. Also a senior, Erin Beacon. Benilde went far in the playoffs last year. Block attempt. Patience Williams saves it. And the spike by number 16, Emma Hansa for the Raiders. Makes it 4-2. And the ball coming back over, back to serve for Cretin-Derham Hall. That's number 6, Hannah Hausman, Jr. Trying to extend Derham Hall's lead. Nice save there, back there by Elena Wagner. Now the front roll, Coyle. And her set went to nowhere. Little miscommunication there, number 2, Grace Coyle. Junior setter. Nobody home when she tried to center it. So now the score is 4-3, and back to serve is number 7 now into the match. That's Estelle Butz. Senior outside hitter gets the serve in. Now Coyle. And we got a violation into the net. Net violation on the Raiders, so that ties it up at 4. And that means Estelle Butz, B-E-U-T-Z, Butz. And her serve goes into the net, so now it is 4-5. Substitution now on Cretin's side there. Sitting down is number 10, Callahan Rios. Coyle will take a seat. Now in for the Raiders, number 4, Caitlin Bruns, as they serve. Hewlettson with the bump and the set, and Maisie Jackson takes a little bit off that one. Totally deked them out, looking like she was going for the kill. She is some player, Maisie Jackson. Here's her serve. Nicely in. Here comes the spike attempt, saved at block partially at the net. Luong, and Maisie Jackson bumps it over smartly. Cretin now trying to save it, and that ball goes wide right. And now Benilde has their first lead of game 2. Here's the spike attempt from the back row, wide right. So 6-5. Jackson back to serve. This is about when Benilde asserted themselves in game 1, and Jackson's serve sails just long. So now we're tied at 6, and back to serve for Cretin is Emma Hansa. And her serve is in, handled nicely by Butz. Spike attempt by Brixius. Set was a little off the mark there. Made it difficult for her, a little behind her. Therefore it went into the net. Hewlettson, Luong to Brixius, goes to the back row to Hansa. And Patience Williams, Wagner, and Hewlettson saves the day. Scanlon, big spike there by number 11, Monsti Karide. There she is. Wow, she is asserting herself. She's a nice player there for Cretin. Waiting for it, and boy, look at the torque on that, the spin, the power. Hewlettson bumps it over, and it rides the net there. So Cretin now, not going away as they did in game 1 right around this juncture, are up by 3. And back to serve, Emma Hansa on a roll. Wagner to Luong, Jackson, spike is called in. Wow, that looked, it might have been a little long. Let's see. There it is, oh yeah, clearly in. Nice call there by the backline judge. Great camera work by our camera crew here at ParkTV 16 Sports. And there is Haley Hewlettson, number 5. They'd like to get her on a roll like she did game 1 when she reeled off 7 consecutive service points. And now that's number 1. And now Benilde just down 1 here. We approach midway through game 2. Benilde has a 5-4 record coming into tonight's match. Hewlettson gets it in nicely to the back row. Here's the set. Spike nicely there. Number 4, Caitlin Bruns, the senior right side hitter, gets the kill. With the left hand, brings it. Jackson unable to get it. Back to serve Mia Scanlon. Up two, back row to Hewlett-St, Luong to Brixius. And that ball's called in. Another close line call. Let's see this. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, just caught the tail end of the line. Another nice line call. Obviously favorable for the Red Knights. And back to serve is Sarah Luong. Gets it in, now Karide gets the kill attempt, and here comes Brixius, and it gets touched at the front line, and Brixius gets the kill, and we're now tied at 10s. So Sarah Long back to serve. Boy, she is some special player. She leads the team in almost all categories, or is at least top 3. She leads the category in serves at 97%. Oh, Karide gets blocked at the net by Beacon. And along with number 16, Josie King, the sophomore, gets the block right there. Boy, Karide for the Raiders brought everything she got on that one, and it got put right back at her. So now Benilde again with their second lead at 11-10. Luong to serve, gets it in nicely to the back row. And the spike attempt by number 4, Bruns. She must have taken her eye off of it, but just totally missed it. She doesn't feel very good about that. And now Luong to serve again. See why she's their leading server, settling this team down. Their biggest lead of game 2 at 12-2, just gets it in. Nice dig there by 3, Lucy Johnson, but her dig goes for naught as now Benilde has opened up a 3-point lead here. It's all important game 2. Derham Hall would like to put the Raiders away 3 straight here, especially in their home gym. And Luong to serve. And she gets another one in. She is really steady. Here comes Karide, and her spike attempt is out. So she had great power there, but just wide, it's got to be in. So now it is 14-10. 4-point lead by Benilde, all because of Sarah Luong. Last game, it was Hewlett-St that led them to their separation, and now it's Luong, and she has got Cretin on the ropes again. An opportunity here. Luong comes back, gets it to Brixius, who has to take a little bit off that kill attempt. Now the spike blocked by Benilde. Hewlett-St to Luong. Brixius brings the spike, and it's in. Wow, what great volleyball action we are witnessing on that sequence. Here is the end of it. Brixius just slaps it blocked at the front of the net there by the Raiders partially. And now a timeout taken by the Raiders here. 1-minute timeout, and not a bad idea for their coach for the Raiders, Ellen Schaefer. Looking at the schedule coming up, you can see today's 9/11. And Cretin-Derham Hall here at Benilde, and in a couple days they will go on the road down Highway 212 to Chaska to take on the Chaska River Rats. No, they're actually the Chaska Hawks. Then we have Woodbury here at this gymnasium on the 17th. If you want to see great volleyball action, come by and watch some Benilde volleyball. They have some really nice players. And they went far in the playoffs last year. They also then go to Chanhassen on the 20th at Orono. Then they host Robbinsdale Cooper. That should be a good match. I think they met in the section playoffs last year. Okay, coming out of the timeout, Sarah Luong is on a roll. She's rallied off about 6 or 7 in a row here to take Benilde to a 5-point lead, and she comes out of the timeout and gets another serve in, and Karide comes to the spike. What a dig by Hewlett-St. Jackson to Brixius, gets it to the back row. What a save by Benilde. Now, Karide comes again, and this time off the I-beam and almost saved. But this time, Karide's power was too much. Watch that. Look at the flex she gets. Just brings it. 15-11 now Raiders. down by 4. Putting up a much better fight here in game 2 than they did game 1. They are not going away, and here's Coyle, one of their starters. Luong now to Jackson from the back row, and not high enough into the net. Those are tough spikes. They can be done, and she just caught it on the lower part of her palm there. Okay, here comes Grace Coyle. And Luong, this time to number 16. That was Josie King. Her spike attempt sails out to the right. So now Cretin-Derham Hall on the back of that woman right there, Grace Coyle, leading a bit of a comeback here. Now Raiders down 2. Nice attempt there by Luong. Doesn't fool the Raiders. Now Carride gets another big, powerful kill shot from, she likes that left side in the front row. She can bring that big right arm. Watch her get back to set up. The timing, and wow, just, she's getting great sets lately. And now Cretin just down 1 here in this pivotal game 2. Now Beacon answers just when Derham Hall was about to tie. Beacon gets the nice set and gets the kill. There is Luong again. It does the short set. So nice off balance, little syncopation there on the set. Wasn't a normal high set, it was a short set. I don't know how they communicate that, if they can just read each other's minds. Nice service there. Now Derham Hall on the ropes, but they save it. And miscommunication there. Boy, Elena Wagner had a nice serve there, but then was unable to handle the answer. Raiders hung in there. And they're back within 1, and their star of game 2 here has really emerged as a big scorer. Is Monty Carride there to serve number 11. And her jump service, though, goes into the net. She might be a little tired. She railed off about 3 or 4 or 5 kill attempts in the last few minutes, so she might have been a little tired there. Normally pretty accurate server herself, but now back to serve with a 2-point lead is Erin Beacon. She gets it in. Coyle now, and the spike is blocked by Patience Williams, number 11 for the Red Knights. Comes up big, there she is, here's the replay. Let's see if she indeed got it. She was there, yep, all Patience Williams. Right alongside her there was Erin Beacon. She came up from the back, or that was maybe number 7 Wagner, I'm sorry. Okay, now Beacon to serve. Takes a little something off that, little spin, now Scanlon. Hansa gets it over. Luong to Patience Williams. She almost took Carride's head off, but she saved it, and it goes out of bounds. Wow. Carride had a kill attempt by Patience Williams right at her noggin. Was able to fend it off, but the point still goes to Benilde, and Beacon serves again, and she is really asserting herself serving here. Right after Luong, she is now on a roll of 4 or 5. And now another 5-point lead, and they're 5 points from the win here in game 2. Real critical stage here. Beacon to serve, and another one goes in. Carride saves it to Coyle, and the spike attempt is good. Number 6, Hausman. It was touched on the front line by Benilde. Nice spike, and yep, just caught somebody's fingers there. So now back to serve for Cretin-Derham Hall, Hannah Hausman, and nice bump back there by Wagner. And Patience Williams dinks it over. Coyle now to Hansa, blocked at the net. Wagner, I believe it. No, number 16. Josie King with the nice block for the point and the right to serve. Nice job there by the sophomore for Benilde as she takes a seat. Job well done. Now up 5, Benilde. Ball coming in. And back to serve, number 7, Estelle Buttes, the senior outside hitter, trying to close this out. 4 points from game 2. Carride has a little trouble off the I-beam at the roof. Hansa bumps it over. Here comes Luong. She'll give it to Jackson. And her kill attempt blocked at the front line by the Raiders, but it goes out of bounds. And Benilde is starting to smell game 2, but not before Ellen Schaefer, the coach for the Raiders, takes time out. It is a 60-second timeout. If you're just joining us, Benilde won game one quite easily, actually 25 to 18. And this game, although may end up with a similar score, Cretin-Derham Hall was leading until about, they were both at 10 or 11, and then Sarah Luong came in and railed off 5 or 6 points in a row, and that gave them a 15 to 10 lead. Then Cretin-Derham Hall came back, cut it to within 1 on the service game of Grace Coyle, their junior setter. And then Benilde came back on the service hand of Erin Beacon, and now we're here at 22-16. Just having served 2 points in a row is number 7, Estelle Butts, the senior. 3 points, trying to close it out here. Okay, some discussion on the sideline with the referee on the far side as substitution issue, but in the match is number 18, Katie Stevemer, middle hitter, senior. Okay, Wagner to serve, gets it in, Carride to Coyle, to Hansa, saved by Hewitson, and nobody home. They're so used to Sarah Luong being there. Jackson was gonna go and set up for a possible kill shot, but no one there to set it for Benilde, so point goes to the Raiders. Still advantage Benilde. They'd have to be outscored 8 to 3 in order to lose, but it could happen. That ball's in. Hewitson let it go. So Benilde reeling here now after serving with 3 points to go in game 2 now. Just a 4-point lead here. Back to serve once again, Lowry Dobbs, and that one goes long, so big break there for Benilde. Costly error by the Raiders there. They really can't afford any service unforced errors with Benilde because they lose the point too. So now back to close it out here, 2 points from the game. Maisie Jackson jump serve, back to Hansa, to Dobbs, and Carride gets it in. Wow, big shot there. Monsty Carride delivers a big hit from the middle row. And it's tightening it up here. Hewitson now. Benilde still just 2 points from the game. Brixius's kill shot unable to be handled by the front line of the Raiders, and now we've arrived at game point of game 2. And back to serve, Hewitson. 4th leading server for the Red Knights, trying to get the win here. Here comes, not before Carride takes a shot, and that ball is in. Luong there, the coach standing there, tried to, here's that sequence. Here comes Carride. You know it's gonna have to go through her, and it was touched, and it was in. So now, game point 1 staved off by the Raiders is Mia Scanlon, and Luong gets the win as she fakes out the Raiders on a possible set shot, but she decides to dink it over for a 25-20 win, and that is the end of game 2. Come on back for game 3.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. I'm Robert Christensen, and we are bringing you high school varsity volleyball. And if you're just joining us, we are about to begin game 3 of this best-of-5 non-conference match between the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders and the Benilde-St. Margaret Red Knights. And as you can see, the Red Knights took games 1 and 2, 25 to 18. And then 25 to 20, and so we're about to begin game 3. Benilde is in the white with the red numbers on the left. Cretin-Derham Hall in the white with the blue numbers on the right. Benilde came into this match 5-4, looking to get their 6th win of the year. Cretin-Derham Hall came in at 2-4. So we're about to begin, and back to start it off is the #1 server for Benilde, Sarah Luong, the junior. And we are underway here, game 3. And that is handled by Hamilton by the Raiders, and they get off to a great start. Hannah Hausman, #6, gets the kill. So the Raiders improved by 2 points. Look at that setup, and they find the soft middle there. So 1-0 Cretin-Derham Hall. However, they did get this first point in both of games 1 and 2, but ended up losing. And Erin Beacon gets the kill shot. So Benilde not showing any signs of faltering here. Get off to a good start, tie it at 1. Erin Beacon's big time kill shot. Now into the match to serve. #6, Elena Wagner, senior. And that ball is in. Coyle, Hansa has to tap it over. Chance for Luong and Maisie Jackson. Saved by Mia Scanlon. Here comes Coyle to Hansa, has to tap it over. Luong now, Hewlettson. And the kill attempt by Allie Brooks is blocked at the net by the Raiders, and they now take a 2-1 lead, much as they did in games 1 and 2. So, nice block attempt there at the net on Allie Brooks. Now back to serve is that woman right there, Emma Hansa. Now Luong to Beacon, and it gets another kill for her, so she's off to a great start. Accounting for both points for Benilde as they tie it up 2-2. Hewlettson will take a seat as she gets to the front row, and in comes Patience Williams. As Erin Beacon will serve now, and she gets it in. Hamilton to Coyle to Carride, and that ball is out. Looks like she caught it off the right side of her hand and gives Benilde their 3rd point and their first lead of game 3. They won games 1 and 2. There's the replay as you can see the ball sailed just out wide right. All right, Erin Beacon gets it in again. Hamilton to Coyle, back to Hamilton. Spike blocked at the net, saved. Now Maisie Jackson brings the kill. What a save by Coyle, and the fight at the net is won by the Raiders. Wow, what great action that was. Coming out for the Raiders. They are putting up a fight here. Look at this. So the bump came up, and it was a fight at the net for control. Patience Williams unable to handle it. Tough play there as we're tied at 3. Back to serve #6, Hannah Hausman. And her ball is no good, so that's the 4th point for Benilde, and they get the serve. Substitutions now on both sides. In to serve for Allie Brooks is #7, Estelle Butts, and she had a nice service points in game 2, and she gets off to not as good a start here in game 3, so we're tied at 4. So much like games 1 and 2, kind of seesaw back and forth here early on. So very similar pattern here. In fact, it was tied at 10s in game 2 before Benilde took a 15-10 lead and never looked back. Patience Williams with the kill attempt, saved nicely by the Raiders. Now Luong to Maisie Jackson, and she sees the soft part just in front of Lowry Dobbs. There's that nice, smart, experienced play by Jackson, and Dobbs was not ready for that. She was sort of in no man's land there. Now Maisie Jackson back to serve, up by 1, 5-4. And her jump serve takes a little off of it. And I think that ball was sailing out. It was a nice serve there, something different. Beacon, and the Raiders save it. Hewlettson now to Luong. Back to Brixius, kill shot, saved by the Raiders. And now their kill shot, Jackson in the back row. Now back to Brixius again, and her kill shot goes in. Nice shot from the far left side. Finds the right back corner. Nice top spin heat on that for Brixius. There she is, sets up nicely, and look at the ball just curved right in there. Beautiful job. Now a 2-point lead for Benilde at 6-4. Jackson now her second serve. Goes deep hard, back row Hamilton. And the spike blocked nicely by the Red Knights. Now Scanlon has to save it. Now Hewlettson to DeLong, and she will go to Patience Williams, and she finds the soft part. Fakes the kill shot. Nice job there by number 11, Patience Williams. 7-4 now, the lead for Benilde. Maisie Jackson. And that serve gets in. Long, back to Brixius. And that ball goes long. She had some pressure at the net there, applied by Katie Stevener. Made her alter that shot. So nice job by number 18 there in the front row, you can see there. Now back to serve, number 9. Emma Hamilton, the senior. Down 2 here. Game 3. Benilde won the first 2. Brixius brings the kill shot in. Scanlon unable to handle it. And now Benilde with their biggest lead of game 2, up 3 as Williams comes out. Hewlettson back in to serve. Nice job by Patience Williams in that last sequence along the front line there. She'll give way to Hewlettson for the serve and back row play. Hewlettson. Hamilton. And, whoa, Hewlettson, what a dig. And we have a net violation on the Raiders. So now, wow, that was great volleyball action there as well. So now Benilde up 9-5. Hewlettson had a really nice consecutive service game in game 1. Trying to go for her 3rd in a row. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton was having a hard time with that in game 1, and now the big block at the net. Was that Beacon? I think it was, number 2. Let's see. Beacon and Long there. Great block for the point, and now Benilde now starting to separate themselves at the 5-point lead here in game 3. And Hewlettson always picking on Hamilton back there. Emma Hamilton, the senior, having a hard time with those spikes, and Hamilton just keeps pounding it back to that corner. Hamilton definitely looks frustrated back there. She knows she's going to get it again. Here it comes. Now up by 6 here. Back to Hamilton. She handles it nicely this time. And the spike blocked by Huang. And we got a violation at the net. 7-point lead now for Benilde, 12-5, and Ellen Schaefer, the head coach for the Raiders, takes timeout. It'll be a 60-second timeout here as we are now midway through game 3. Now looking at the conference standings for Metro West. Chanhassen just kind of getting underway here in the conference season. Chanhassen is 2-0, Benilde is 1-0. Kennedy 1-0, Chaska 1-0, and then Richfield, Robbinsdale, Cooper 0-1, and they're 0-6 on the year. Richfield is yet to record a victory. So the most wins is Chaska at 6-3, 1-0 in the conference. So one of those 4 teams will probably emerge as the conference champions. And in just about a month, we'll be beginning the section playoffs. Benilde went far last year. I think they maybe came within 1 match of the state tournament, 1 or 2. All right, Hewlettson back to serve. She's on a roll. And this time it goes long, and no one's happier than number 9 in the back row than Emma Hamilton. Boy, the smile on her face. She's have to face those serves for another 10-15 minutes from Hewlettson. Okay, now Scanlon back to serve for the Raiders, trying to close the gap here before it gets too out of hand. Long to Beacon. Scanlon unable to handle it. So Benilde now back up again by 7, 13-6. Substitution. Allie Brooks now in for Estelle Butts. And Sarah Lawn, the number 1 server for Benilde. to the back row. Hamilton handles it. That's Dobbs. Spike attempt there by Callahan Rios. And that is Brixius. And the ball is in. So Brixius having a nice game 3 from that left side hitter's position. It was touched at the net. It went long, but it got touched. So 14-6 now as Benilde has their largest lead. There's some discussion just there between Scanlon and the referee. Not sure what that was about, but nevertheless, there is Sarah Long. And Hamilton getting picked on again in that back row. She has had a rough night there. Now this time Long picking on her. 15-6. 9-point lead, their largest of the night of any of the 3 games. Benilde going for the sweep here against the Raiders. Dobbs. Oh, big spike attempt there. Nicely done. Hannah Hausman, the junior right side hitter, gets the spike. Just over Hewittson's left shoulder. Nothing she could do. So Cretin-Derham Hall showing a little sign of life now. Substitution. Dobbs has a seat. Coyle now in back to serve. Hamilton still in the back row for the Raiders. The left-hander, Grace Coyle. Steady player for the Raiders, trying to get them back into the game here. And there is a kill shot. Clean in, right at the back line. Beacon having a night here. Look at that shot. Nobody there for the Raiders. Just catches the back line. Nicely done. Now back to serve, number 6, Elena Wagner, the senior. Trying to extend their lead, 9 points from the match. And number 16, Hansa's shot is successful as it goes off. The Red Knights on the front row, and now back to serve is Hansa, down 8. Long this time to Maisie Jackson. Big time kill, big smile. Number 3 comes up big. Look at the set by Sarah Long. I mean, it is like a well-oiled machine, those two. Well, she's got that camaraderie with all the hitters on Benilde, including that woman, Erin Beacon, the senior. 7 points from the match. Hamilton, and saved nicely there by Lucy Johnson for the Raiders. Terrence Williams, my goodness, the power, Patience Williams, I should say. Goodness gracious, watch the power here. Luong, the jump. Nothing Lucy Johnson can do about that. 7 points from the match. Hamilton to Coyle, and the spike attempt by Hannah Hausman goes long for the junior. And now we're at 19. That's 3 successful service points in a row for Erin Beacom. 6 points from the match. And that ball just sailed on her a little bit. So now a 9th point there for the Raiders, but a double-digit lead, largest of the night for the Raiders, or for the Red Knights. Now substitution coming in, Katie Stevener in the front row. Scanlon takes a rest. Now Luong to Maisie Jackson, blocked at the net, and the fight at the net. Stevener wins that one for the Raiders. Maisie Jackson now bumps it over, chance for the Raiders. Coyle, Chu, car ride, blocked at the net by Jackson, or was it Williams? One of those two. That is quite a force they were blocking into, and looks like Maisie Jackson got that block as Allie Brooks takes a seat, and in to serve is number 7, Estelle Butz. 20-9, 11-point lead, 5 points from the match. Wagner gets it deep row to Gardner, and she'll take the spike attempt. Jackson saves it. Now Luong back to Jackson, and her dink attempt, short shot attempt. Too much spin on the ball, unable to handle it. So now it is 20-10, and almost really an insurmountable lead here. Back to serve is Lowry Dobbs. Hewlett-St to Luong, and she decides to take it herself. Raiders there to handle it. Now another chance. Luong this time gives it to Patience. Raiders are ready for it. Spike attempt blocked partially by Williams at the net. No one to back her up, however, as it got by her. So now the Raiders have their 11th point. They've cut the lead to 9, but still Benilde is just 5 points from victory. The Raiders would have to play really perfect volleyball to get back in this. Every serve is going to have to be in for sure. Spike attempt by Jackson. Luong saves it. And a miscommunication there by Dobbs and Stevener. Very frustrating if you're the Raiders there. They really couldn't afford that kind of miscue because that just gives the Red Knights another point. Now they're 4 from victory. And Maisie Jackson, their amazing outside hitter, senior. Also a great server. Gardner with the tip, not a surprise. And the Raiders get that. So Maisie Jackson shut out there. So the Raiders now back to serve Emma Hamilton. She gets that ball in, no spin, a little knuckler. Luong now to Brixius. And that ball sails just long. So the Raiders mounting a little bit of a comeback here. Still a long way to go though, down 8. With Benilde just 4 points from the match here in game 3. And this time it goes to Jackson in the back row, and I think she found, oh, they called it out. Oh, let's look at the replay. Boy, that looked in to me. Clearly that ball was in by a major amount. Missed call there by the back judge. First one all night. And Cretin gives it right back. I don't know if Benilde needs to really score another point. I would just think through attrition, the missed serves by Cretin will catch up to them and give Benilde the 3 points. However, they'd like to win it on the hand of Hewlett-St right here. She gets it into Gardner. As you know, Hamilton, I should say, she's had a hard time with those, but this time she comes up okay. And Luong with the short set shot. Here she's gonna maybe set it, but decides to short it over. And Scanlon was faked out, hesitated. And her co-teammates were unable to handle it. Hewlett-St now gets it, another great serve into the back row. Hansa with the spike, blocked at the net. Beacon was there, Luong was there. And now we are arrived at match point, 24-14. Hewlett-St for the match. Gets it in, Hamilton is able to save it. Chance now, Hewlett-St, and they'll have to dink it over. Scanlon now, Dobbs. Carride, and she finds the, no, that is number 10. Callahan Rio staves off the victory for at least one more point. 24-15. Game point number 2. Mia Scanlon pounding that ball, not giving up. Luong, Jackson will have to get it over. Chance here for the Raiders. Hansa dinks it, saved there nicely by Butts. And the spike attempt by Brixius goes long. So now game point number 3. Mia Scanlon, there she is, number 7. Trying to pull off a miracle here. Has to be perfect. Ball goes in. Benilde struggling. Jackson decides to spike it. That was a dangerous shot there, but she got it in. And that ball goes long, and that will do it. Game, point, game, set, match. Benilde-St. Margaret's takes game 3, 25-16. And that will end our production here from Benilde-St. Margaret's High School. I'm Robert Christensen, and for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone associated with ParkTV 16 Sports, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Tonight's victory, 3-0, Benilde-St. Margaret's. Thanks for watching.